Welcome to Kruk and Kuip. Extra innings is tonight. The Giants beat the Royals in 11 innings tonight, 2-1. And you can follow me at Rob Iman at twitter.com or Iman at twitter.com. And tonight was torture. Giants fell behind 1-0 after Matt Cain gave up a home run in the 5th inning. That was all Matt Cain would give up. What can I say about Matt Cain the last 2 games? He is looking like the old Matt Cain. He finally looks like a pitcher that looks 100%. He's battled through a lot of injuries the last few games. I'm so happy to see Cain pitching like a guy who got that $90 million payday. And Cain's just not been healthy the last 2 to 3 years. And he never gave up. He's gone through a lot of adversity the last 2 seasons, but he's never quit. He is trying. Hopefully he can carry this momentum into the month of May and keep this healthy. Also tonight, back in the lineup was Buster Posey. He had a good night at the plate. Posey went 3 for 5 at the plate. He looked great. He didn't show any signs of lingering concussion symptoms. And also Joe Panic. Panic had some timely hits in this game. Joe Panic's the main reason the Giants won tonight's game. And tonight, Kruk and Kuip were on assignment. Bochy's not going to be managing in this series, as Bruce Bochy is going through some heart problems right now. He's going through minor heart procedure, and he will be back for the Colorado series. And the Giants made a roster move today. That's for it. Tim Federowicz was designated for assignment today, going back to Sacramento, where he'll rejoin the River Cats in another day or so. That was the corresponding move, with Buster Posey being activated from the concussion DL. And this is the first time the Giants were in Kansas City since the 7-game series in 2014. And this is a lot different Royals team from what you saw back in 14 and 15. Gone are Wade Davis, gone are Greg Holland. Greg Holland's doing an admirable job this year, coming back from injury, and now is really pitching out of his mind in Colorado. Wade Davis went to Chicago, and now it's Calvin Herrera who is doing the closer duties for the Royals. And the starting rotation's not what it was. You don't have big game James Shields anymore. And Danny Duffy's going to be their ace this season now with Yordano Ventura dead. And this Kansas City team is looking like a team that's probably going to have to tear it down to the bolts. You might see Lorenzo Cain playing for another team soon. So we'll see how it happens, though. It's just that's how small market baseball is. Think. I was thinking of something else, and that slipped my mind now. Oh, yeah, Kruk and Kuip were on assignment tonight, and filling in for Mike Kruko tonight was Jeremy Affelt, and I give him some applause, give him some love tonight. He did an admirable job filling in for Mike Kruko. He ain't no Mike Kruko, but he did well. Yeah, and he's gonna get better over time, and he did a great job. And once he gets his sea legs in the broadcast booth, I think he can be a good color commentator. It's not easy filling in. And he did an admirable job filling in for Mike Kruko, who's not going to be traveling to the East Coast this year with his health on the decline, unfortunately. But what we might see later on this year, you're going to see former Giant. Oh, I'm getting another brain freeze. I'm getting tired, sorry. You're going to see Javier Lopez in the broadcast booth later this year and some other East Coast roadies. But this is definitely a win, but it was not a good night for Denard Span. He went 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. And then the other thing that I kind of thought was questionable is I think Derek Law was left in the game a little bit too long. He went 2 innings. And Ron Lotus is no Bruce Bochy. But he was leaving pitches up in the second inning. I think he needed to be pulled a lot sooner than when he did get pulled. Lotus is lucky that it didn't cost him the game, but when you start leaving pitches up, you do have to get your pitcher out of the game. That's just maybe a manager's mistake right there. All right, let's go around the league with other games in action. Tonight, the White Sox beat the Yankees 4-1. Your winning pitcher was Miguel Gonzalez. Your losing pitcher was Luis Severino. The Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 8-7, and the Blue Jays have fallen to 2-11. Marcus Stroman was your losing pitcher. Your winning pitcher was Brian Johnson. And Moreland had another good night behind the plate. Mitch Moreland had another excellent night behind the plate, going 3 for 5. Mookie Betts had another good night behind the plate, going 3 for 5. Kung Fu Panda's near the Mendoza. Former Giant Pablo Sandoval, Kung Fu Panda, went 3 for 4 and is now just very close to being over the Mendoza line after tonight's game. And on the Toronto side, Kevin Pillar had 3 hits. And Marcus Stroman got roughed up in this game tonight. Did not survive only survived 4 2/3 innings, allowed 6 earned runs. And in garbage time, Matt Barnes allowed 3 earned runs. No, not the Matt Barnes who plays basketball. The Cincinnati Reds beat the Orioles 9-3. Bronson Arroyo got his first win in a long time tonight. And your losing pitcher was Kevin Gausman. Joey Votto had a good night at the plate, going for 2 for 3. And Gausman did not even survive the third inning. He only went 2 2/3 innings, allowing 8 earned runs. The Rays beat the Tigers 5-1. Your winning pitcher was Matt Andriese. Your losing pitcher was Michael Fulmer. And Andriese has not looked too bad as a starting pitcher this year after being in the bullpen last year. Kyle Ryan did not have a good night, giving up 2 earned runs in 1/3 inning pitched. The Phillies beat the Mets 6-2. Your winning pitcher was Luis Garcia. Your losing pitcher was Rafael Montero. And the bullpen's just not doing it done this early in the season for the Mets. And Montero gave up 3 earned runs, 4 runs, 3 earned in the 1/3 inning pitched. And the Mets bullpen's been shaky to start the season, so we'll see if there's some adjustments made soon in the bullpen. The Nationals beat the Braves 3-1. Max Scherzer was your winning pitcher. Your losing pitcher was Mike Fultonwitz. And Ryan Zimmerman went 2 for 3, and so did Bryce Harper. And the Cubs beat the Brewers 9-7. Your winning pitcher was Justin Grimm. Your losing pitcher was Jared Hughes. Eric Tams went 3 for 5 for the Brewers. And Travis Shaw went 3 for 4 for the Brewers. And Miguel Montero found the fountain of youth tonight, going 3 for 4 for the Cubs. And Brett Anderson only survived 3 2/3 innings tonight, allowing 6 earned runs. And Jimmy Nelson wasn't any better in 5 1/3 innings, allowing 7 earned runs. So it was a bit of a slugfest tonight at Wrigley Field. And the Indians trounced on the Twins tonight, 11-4. Your winning pitcher was Josh Tomlin. Your losing pitcher was Phil Hughes. And Jason Castro went 3 for 4 in a losing effort tonight for the Twins. And Phil Hughes did not go past the 4th inning tonight. In 3 1/3 innings pitched, he allowed 6 runs, 4 earned. And Justin Haley in 3 innings pitched allowed 2 more earned runs. And Michael Tonkin allowed 2 more earned runs in 1 inning pitched. The Angels beat the Astros 5-2. Ricky Nolasco was your winning pitcher tonight. Your losing pitcher was Joe Musgrove. And the Cardinals beat the Pirates 2-1. Mike Leake was your winning pitcher. And Chad Kuhl was your losing pitcher. Speaking of the Pirates, they are going to be without the services of Sterling Marte for 80 games after being in violation of PEDs. So that's going to hurt what that might hurt him as in terms of trade and stuff. As we don't know what's going to happen with the Pirates. They're going to be buyers or sellers towards the trade deadline yet, but I'm leaning towards them maybe being in the mood to sell after this season. And Jordy Mercer had a good night at the plate, going 3 for 4 for Pittsburgh. And games in progress right now. The A's are beating the Rangers 4-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. The D-backs are trouncing the Padres at Petco Park tonight, 7-1. And the Shelby Miller comeback tour redemption tour has made the stop in San Diego tonight. He's looked impressive, only allowing 1 earned run in 6 of the 38 innings pitched thus far. And the Rockies are beating the LA Dodgers 4-1 in the top of the 7th inning. So it's looking like maybe the Rockies might be the real deal. You know, they've had the good hitting last year. Now if the pitching's starting to come together, and that's on, and yet maybe San Diego's really going to regret getting rid of Bud Black, as maybe Bud Black's what they needed over there in Colorado. And in Seattle right now, we've got a no-no in progress in the bottom of the 8th inning, as the Marlins are leading the Mariners 4-0. With only a couple of walks, but we'll see if we get a no-hitter out. So we might have our first no-hitter of 2017 coming up tonight. Monitor that game while I'm doing other scores. And let's check out other sports playoffs going on, starting off with the NBA playoff scores. And the Raptors even up the series against the Bucks tonight as they beat the Bucks 106-100. And wow, this is a stunner. The Chicago Bulls beat the Boston Celtics 111-97 to take a 2-0 lead on the number 1 seeded Boston Celtics. And this is the 8th seed Chicago Bulls. This is one that I didn't think was I think Chicago has played out of their minds the first 2 games of the series. And can they be one of the few NBA teams to rally back from a 2-0 deficit in an NBA best-of-7 playoff series? And yet Jimmy Butler had 22 points. Robin Lopez had 18, and Dwayne Wade has found the fountain of youth with 22 points. And they've even found some bench scoring with Paul Zipser with 16 points off the bench as they go back to. And in LA, the Clippers lead the Jazz 79-70. And in others, and in Stanley Cup playoff scores, right now the Rangers beat the Canadiens tonight 2-1 to even the series at 2 apiece. And Henrik Lundqvist has really looked good in this series. The Columbus Blue Jackets live to fight another day as they avoid the sweep on the Penguins 5-4. And in the third period, your San Jose Sharks are taking it out on the Edmonton Oilers tonight 7-0 after going scoreless in the last 2 games. What a good night for the Sharks. The Sharks have just made this a series now, and I think we could see a 7-game series between the Sharks and the Oilers. And we did have a major penalty in the game. Somebody on the Oilers side got ejected for spearing. It was Leon Drisalto got a 10-minute game misconduct for spearing Chris Tierney in the nards and could face supplemental discipline tomorrow from the NHL Department of Player Safety. We'll see what happens with that. And and we see scoring tonight from Marcus Sorensen. David Schlemko's had a goal and an assist. Patrick Marleau with a goal. We've seen, and Patrick Marleau with a power play goal. Logan Couture with 2 goals tonight. Joe Pavelski with 2 goals. And my friends at Teal Town USA will get more in depth in that game after that concludes. And tomorrow your probables for the Giants, and tomorrow's game between the Giants and the Royals. Your starting pitcher we'll see Madison Bumgarner take the mound against Jason Vargas. And Vargas has looked good, and he's 2-0 with this could be a low-scoring affair tomorrow. But the big task for the Giants tomorrow is to actually give Bumgarner some run support tomorrow night. And this game will be seen on NBC Sports Bay Area Plus. Due to the Warriors game 2 will be seen on NBC Sports Bay Area tomorrow night. Well, thank you guys for tuning in after a really good night. And together And tonight, together we're giant. Keep it real. Keep it teal for my friends over at Teal Town, USA. Peace out. Good night.